as I start I'm coughing. Welcome back to the Games Revealed channel. I am James and also the Brink, and we are one community. Today we're having a fight-off, a battle of the greatest device, or man, I'm adjusting my mic here. Am I missing chat? On who? This is a recording. It is not a recording. Cascoder. So yeah, this next week will be recording most likely because I will be traveling. Just as a heads up. But today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing like a debate kind of style. I know some people that watch me love the Steam Deck. Some people that watch me love the ROG Ally and Lenovo Go. Like, everyone loves everything. And Cascoder, jeez. And the whole point of this is just to have fun, but to figure out ultimately which device is the best. Man, I'll be doing videos on these on and off throughout the year. I always do stuff like this, but this is a fun one where I get to debate with chat, you guys, on the best device. So what we'll do is we'll go over Steam Deck, we'll go over some of the other contenders, or like competition. It's not really meant to be Steam Deck versus all these other devices, but it's going to be it's going to help to have the comparison to build up the argument for me. So we'll have time where chat can just shout out their favorite points. We're going to get into like welcoming and everything like we always do, but so segment 1 will be me building things up. You're more than welcome to add stuff while we're going through it, but segment 2 is where you're going to get to debate a lot. So let's go in and say hi to everyone. Lomkey, welcome, welcome, welcome. Cascoder, welcome. This is a recording. Charles Simpkins, I don't count because I love the deck. You do count, Charles. Excuse me. Wolf, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am coughing a little less, but if you haven't noticed, I'll still cough during this. During this. Charles, I know the ending. It's the deck. Well, we're gonna have people vote. So at the end of this, Wolf, if you could get ready a poll, let's do a poll at the end to see who won. Chat, do we want to do it device-oriented chat, or do we want to do it chat versus games revealed, or me? Perrin Sudan, playing the ending of the Pathless on Steam Deck OLED while watching this. 90 frames per second on Steam Deck OLED beats my previous ROG Ally all day, every day. Really? Did the ROG Ally not do 90 in Pathless? Interesting. I have some pretty interesting results I need to do a video on, which I should probably note that. I'm going to do that before I start sharing the screen. We're going to start sharing the screen here in a second. I'm going to note down, I'll do it on my phone, that I need to remember to do an update from last week. I installed, what did I install? I installed Linux, one of the Linux distros that are Steam OS oriented, and I really like it. It has a lot of caveats to it, but I like it a lot more than having Windows on it. It's just not every game works on it. So, yeah. Let's see here. I just want to make sure I don't forget to make this video. Oh, okay, cool. I already have it. It's right there. Okay, cool. Let's see what chat has to say, and then we'll get into this. Playing the entire, just like Bring just said, press the like button. Did I say it? I don't usually do that at the beginning, but yes, like the button. Do like this video, and you'll get us circulating more, and we'll get more buddies to show up for everyone. Man, I feel like I'm dying every time I stream. I haven't been coughing much this evening, and now I'm coughing. Cat Scoder, crazy that Steam Deck 64GB is cheaper than a Switch right now. Yes, we're going to go over that actually. Oh yeah, it did, but 120 frame FPS on an LCD doesn't hold a candle to 90 frames per second on an OLED. I mean, their screen is pretty good. I do think that OLED just needs to be the standard on handhelds, but the trade-off is the OLED is better. I agree. I use my OLED over my Ally these days, but those speakers on the Ally are the best I've had on a handheld. Charles, I tried the ROG and the Claw. Ew, that's all I can say. The ROG is pretty good. Yes. Lomkey, by the way, games. I didn't know Cache OS had a handle mode for Steam Deck and Ally and the rest, but it's not fully featured. Is Steam Deck stock with well updated? Oh, interesting. So Cache OS. I'll have to look into that. You think ROG Ally X is an improvement? Yes. Drastically think it's an improvement. Sudan, not to spoil your points, but yeah, I agree. The sound on Ally is better. Haptics too. Yeah. Oh, is the haptic? I don't know if I... I wonder if the haptics work on Linux, on this version of Linux. What is it? Okay, let's... Do I have it in here? Okay, let me share my screen so you guys get a little bit more than just my face in your face. I so need to clean up all this crap. Okay. Is that what I wanted? I don't know if that's what I wanted. Give me 1 second. I messed things up with... Oh, I see why it's doing that. Okay. Cool. Okay. You know what I'll probably do is bump this down. Okay. I only have one monitor. Ooh, that's right. I can't put this down. I only have one monitor right now, so... It's a big monitor, though. I've kind of gone away from 2 at the moment. Excuse me. Okay, so what you were talking about was Cache OS. Blazing with... Oh, yeah, this one right here. This one, I think, is designed to deliver lightning-fast speeds and stability, ensuring a smooth and enjoyable computing experience. Every Linux... Here's the thing, though. I don't get, like, lightning-fast speeds and stability. Linux... Most of the versions I've used, that's what they tout, this speed and stability, typically. Now, I think Ubuntu might be a little different now, but it's not as speedy, but yeah. We'll get into our main thing. We're just kind of doing a recap. We used... Damn it. What did we use again, guys? I won't go dive it down here. I can't remember what I used. I can't remember what I downloaded. I'm going crazy. Oh, gosh. I can't keep up with chat now. I looked away for too long. Sudan, this is subjective, but I feel Steam Deck has vibrations go from the trackpads while the Ally has more controller-like motors in the corners. First thing I noticed when I switched last summer. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I could see that. I know the force feedback. I know on the Steam Deck, and it's been touted by also a lot of other reviewers that it is a little weak. So yeah. Oh, Bazite OS on the Ally. Yes, I did, Lonky. Thank you so much. Yeah, Bazite so far is awesome on the Ally. Cyberpunk doesn't launch though. It's because it needs that third-party launcher, and I think all those types of scripts are built into SteamOS and not into, and I could be wrong on this, not into Bazite. Even though Bazite looks exactly like SteamOS, it's missing some stuff. Don't mind me. I'm just drinking out of my Bunny Strike mug, which I don't even know if you can get this right now on my store. I need to update all that. Okay, so had they announced the price of the ROG Ally X? Dorian Slater asks. I think they did. I think it's going to be $799. I think they announced it a little while ago. I think the Zotac also is going to be $799. Raichi, I just arrived and got the Claw ad. The Claw. The Claw is not a great name, but it's fun at the same time. The Claw. Okay. Is there any controversy? Okay, I need to start asking you guys now that I have you here. Any controversies you want me to cover in gaming? It can be anything in gaming. It'd be fun. I'd even venture out of gaming a little bit just to see how the video did, but you're more than welcome to add any controversies I can add or do some commentary on, because I'd love to do it. Okay, let's get into this, guys. I think we've waited long enough for everyone to get in. Okay, so we're going to highlight the Steam Deck, like its specs, performance, user experience, highlighting a bunch of different features of it, and then also comparing it to some other devices. What we want to kind of stick to is performance, hardware specs, game library, compatibility, portability, that is ergonomics, price, value, proposition, user experience, and software. These are our metrics. I'm not going to note anything down here. Just know that like we're going to go through each one of these and talk about them real quick. While we're going to be covering Steam Deck the most, we'll go through the other ones, and then we'll have our official debate and see where this all goes. Should I do a Dr. Disrespect? Cascoder, I'm this close to doing a Dr. Disrespect video. I want to, because I've heard so many rumors on it. I don't know what's real and what's not. I didn't want to dive into it too hard, but I really thought about doing a Dr. Disrespect. To disrespect the doctor. Charles, the Claw is trash. It wouldn't load No Man's Sky. Now, that's a driver issue, and with driver issues, those can resolve over time, meaning this is a very new market for the Intel APU that they're using with the Claw. It's an experiment. I pretty much think of the Claw as an experiment of Intel getting into handheld gaming. As Intel and NVIDIA get into handheld gaming more, and NVIDIA away from Switch, but more into their own device pool, using it, probably some companies, they might even use Ally, who knows. These companies will partner with multiple, depending on what I don't know what their internal partners are like, but we could see an NVIDIA, but it would be an NVIDIA ARM chip, so that'd be interesting. So yeah, we'll probably in the next 2 years really have an interesting, like, things are going to get flooded. Don't expect that, of course. And I have a video coming out all about that tomorrow or Friday, just as a heads up. You'll get it sooner if you're a member of the channel, but yeah. Okay, so let's get into some specs and go over this stuff. Raichi, the Steam Deck 2 will be astonishing. The Steam Deck 2 will probably, if they do it right, and I don't trust them to do it right, but if they do it right, it will be nearly perfect in the sense of it should be able to play newer games, older games, but that RAM really is a big part of it. If they don't go with enough RAM, it won't future-proof the device if they stick with 16 gigs. That's just my opinion. Our next-gen games are just very VRAM hungry and also somewhat RAM hungry. And so if we're not careful, we run the risk of like bottlenecking that as our performance, and some games just will hurt. Now, games can be optimized to not be so VRAM hungry, but that's just up to the developers. I'm not going to cover anything political. The combination in gaming industry is DEI. I don't want to cover anything like that dives into the. I don't mind covering stuff that's like semi-political. You guys might already know my takes on like, so it's okay for the new, whatever game that is. Man, I can't. My brain is not gonna. I've been working all day on stuff, and I fried my brain, unfortunately, for the Steam Deck. But Assassin's Creed, that's what it is. So, DEI is a very complex issue that I think both sides would be astonished at what it actually does and what it means. So I don't really want to dive head deep into DEI. I'm not going to, but I will probably cover Dr. Disrespect. That'd be fun. Review Tech USA. Whatever happened to him, Chalice? Yeah, he had a whole coming apart with one of the people he worked with. I could cover that too if you guys are interested. And it's always fun to do all that type of stuff. But yeah, Brink brought it up to me the other day, and then I started seeing so much to talk about it. Oh yeah, the 7 Days to Die VR mod. I probably won't work on 1.0, by the way, Charles. Oh my gosh, you guys are inundating me. You need to make sure you at me if you really want me to read it. Showdown, I heard some examples of games not requiring launchers anymore. If Valve can make that small change bigger and faster, it would cement the Steam Deck as a great gaming platform going forward. So here's the thing with those third-party launchers, I don't care about that too much personally with the Steam Deck. It works fine. It's the other devices that are trying to use Linux where it really is a stopgate. And so CDPR, here's what Steam could do. If Steam really wanted to be really do well, they would include a third-party API system to where if these companies want to collect additional information or share stuff between their games, they can. I'm an ideas guy. Doesn't mean that they're all flushed out. Maybe that might not make a bad video too. But we could come to a resolution where Valve and the gaming company would be happy. CDPR, I think their launcher isn't that bad compared to some of the other ones. Excuse me. Wow. The Brink is very fun to do all the kind of stuff. I know. I'm sorry. My brain is spent tonight. Okay. Charles, yes. Okay. Let's go into this. So Steam Deck, here's the number one reason probably why you'd be getting a Steam Deck over any other one, and that is the price. Right now it is 15% off the 64 gigabyte and the 512 gigabyte Steam Deck LCD models, which I'm assuming they're probably trying to sell through. So right down here, so you can look at $296, and like people have been saying, it's cheaper than is it cheaper than both the Switches? I can't remember. Honestly, I don't remember what a Switch. Nintendo Switch price. I don't remember what the price is. Let's just double check this. Yeah, that's for the OLED though. It's $299, isn't it? Yeah, it's $299 for a Switch. Switch Lite's $199, but I don't know. I think I'd go with honestly, I'd probably go with the OLED if I was going to go with any of them these days, but it is more expensive. So off the bat, this right here, to get in, like, this plays games about as well as the OLED. The OLED has a slightly bigger screen, which is nice, but this off the bat will play most of your backlog. It will play thousands of games great off the bat. Beats the Switch with game, just how many game library, how big of a game library it has. This now you have to get an SD card with it if you don't want to swap your games on and off. But if you only play like 1 or 2 games at a time, the 64 gigabyte one will work. The problem lies, it's just the 64 gigabytes. Okay, I bought one. That's because that's all I could get when I was 2 years ago when we were having the big trying to get ours as soon as possible kind of battle. And I swapped mine out with an SSD, like, of course. And it was good content. It was fun content. Now I could, with my eyes closed, swap out an SSD. But, yeah, so the price alone is just, you're just not going to beat that. This is the ROG Ally, the cheapest I think I've seen a version of it, and I think it was an open box, was like $4 something or maybe $500. This is $200 less than that. Now that does have 512, so we might want to look over here. Still, it's about $150 cheaper than the cheapest version of the ROG Ally I have seen, which is crazy. 296. No, the price is not even. This is what, $3 cheaper? $2 and $2.35 cheaper. Let's see. Oh, Gundorian Slayer. I did not see Resident Evil Trilogy is now on GOG. That is awesome. Okay, so Rachie, a PS Vita size Switch OLED. Dude, a PlayStation should make the PlayStation Portable PSP 2 and do an OLED. Do it the size of the Steam Deck. I'm all down for that. Okay, so I guess we could use this for the specs too. So the specs are, it has a 7.4-inch screen if we're going to go with the OLED, which $449 would, once we go to price to comparison to the other devices, we can then go up here, which is the OLED, and this is still cheaper than any of the other devices at retail, not counting open box and all that. It has a 50-watt battery, which is 10 watts bigger. Oh, I forgot. Wow, that really does make up a difference. I'm surprised, which is awesome. 90 hertz refresh, OLED, 7.4-inch screen. It already beats everything except for the Legion Go. And then, yeah, it has a very well-optimized old APU, though, which is the problem. Depending on the game's going to run just much better on these other devices. So it's kind of an intro to all this. 512 is about minimum of what you want to have for an NVMe drive. Anything below that is just kind of like not great. Why is the 256 not on sale? That's an interesting choice. The 512 is. They must have had like an abundance or something. So BT Maverick, welcome. Gundorian Slayer, if I have not welcomed you, welcome. Okay, so let's see. This does have the deck verified. That's it. So if we're going to be looking at like user experience and software, the comparisons between the two are going to be like with the games, right, and how they run. The user experience, the game library. The game library is going to be bigger on Windows, just how it is. The ROG Ally, if we go look at the ROG Ally eventually, it's going to be glad you're here, Gundorian Slayer. It's going to be it's just going to play more games better. Like Baldur's Gate 3, I think runs better on my Ally, but it runs decently enough on the Steam Deck with some slowdowns. I haven't played it in a little bit, but these are recently verified. Oh, Elden Ring was not recently verified. I think that was verified almost a year ago, wasn't it? Cyberpunk is also one that's verified, but does not run great on the deck. This is one I've never been... People always say, like, it runs okay. Like, it does not run great for me on the deck, but it also doesn't run great for me on the ally. It runs okay. I think it's honestly, it has to do something with, maybe it's my save, I don't know. But a lot of these, even Dying Light 2, I don't think runs great on the deck. This is interesting that's verified. Maybe it's been, tried it out a year ago though, so it could have been recently optimized. I have been really surprised with games getting better and better. Like 7 Days used to not be that good on the deck, and it got much better. Still, once again, if you're in a very intense area, it slows down, which part of that could also be VRAM usage too, can cause that. Slay the Princess. So game catalog wise, unless this is your main device, if this is your main device, then the Steam Deck is not for you. I think the Steam Deck works very good for either someone that is coming over from consoles or is going to be doing Chalice. Returnal runs like is Returnal on here? I don't see Returnal on here, unless I'm blind. Returnal, I'll be honest, I think Returnal is more playable on the deck than Cyberpunk 2077. For me, that type of game, that type of game does require skill as you get further along. So I guess that depends, but that type of game is more, it's better for me. Lomkey, I played Cyberpunk on the Steam Deck, locked 30 frames per second all the time before the DLC. Lomkey, mine will jump around depending on where I go in Cyberpunk. Returnal more playable on the OLED deck, but still sucks. They poorly optimized that game. The game, yeah, it is poorly optimized. I agree. Cyberpunk would need a heavier device to run, lol. Cyberpunk, well, I think it is a VRAM issue. A big part of it is. It ran fine on the GBD WinMax 2 that I had, which had 32 gigabytes of RAM it could share with and the APU in that was similar enough to the Ally. So Hades runs great on it. Oh, this is Hades early access though. This is Hades 2, but Hades runs great on it. At the end of the day, here's my thing with the games and compatibility. If you cannot stand not being able to play some of the newer games or playing games online, then you're just not going to want the Steam Deck. But it's the perfect companion to any other device you have, and I love my Steam Deck. I've gone back and forth on it. There was a time where I'm like, the ROG Ally was the best, but Steam Deck, man. Okay, so the competition is the ROG Ally. We've got... It can play pretty much any game you throw at it. Wait, hold up. This has got to be for the... Okay, I was going to say, there's no way. So they built two different versions, which is a big knock against ROG Ally, in my opinion. I don't think anyone should really get the non-extreme version. You want to get the extreme version. That's where you're going to get a lot of your playability. You're going to get better battery life with the non-extreme. But you might as well get a Steam Deck. At this price, you might as well get a Steam Deck. I'll be honest. Get a Steam Deck over this. It's always been a pretty decent price, though, but it's freaking ridiculously just not worth it, in my opinion. Teraflops-wise, I think this is similar to the Steam Deck. While this has 8.6 teraflops, that is a little misleading. I don't feel like it, because the RAM really holds it back, and optimization. 8.6 teraflops is a freaking lot, though. That's why I think the ROG Ally X, the more and more I look at that, the more and more that could end up being the king. If I get SteamOS onto the ROG Ally X, king, hands down, because the user experience, the ROG Ally has the second best user experience out of all the devices with its armory, but yeah, Legion Go has the worst. Now we'll have to check it out again. Let's see here. It's $700. The ROG Ally is $649, so it's $50 less. But you get, for $50 more, You get so much more with this. What is... Actually, let's look at the specs on this. Let's look at the... Loam key 8.6 on max power. Yeah, that's usually how they do it. So about the games, they say it don't run, but they do and run pretty great. Proton 9. Which games? Maybe I'm just doing it wrong. I don't spend as much time playing with my games to get them to run on my Steam Deck these days. I usually have such a big backlog. I have so many games that run great on the deck. I just play through my backlog. And anything I really want to play that doesn't work to where I'd have to tweak it, I usually play on my main PC. For now. I go back and forth on all that. So, yeah, 40 watt battery, that's right. And then this has a 49 watt battery, but because of the big screen, and yeah, actually, for the most part, the big screen, I think, equalizes it. This gets, when I used mine, it got similar battery life as the ROG Ally. I didn't think it was as comfortable as the ROG Ally, and I don't think it was as... I didn't like the controls as much as the Ally. I love the screen a lot more than the Ally, but the software was garbage. Having to navigate windows to to play games is just not fun. That being said, if you're willing to muck through the garbage on this experience, because it's a bad user experience, then that's fine. Like, if you want this as one of your main devices, if you don't mind, because once you get a game launched and that's all you play for a while, that's great. The way Windows does, like, the way that they do their sleep to resume features just isn't as good as the Steam Deck by far. That's funny. Let's see here. So then you have the MSI Claw, which they're coming out with a new one that is supposed to be drastically better. But the one that's out right now is garbage, from my understanding. It's just, they keep on trying to update it, and they keep on thinking it's going to be better, and it's just not. So the next version of their APU that Intel's coming out with, they're going to be upgrading it soon, and that supposedly should put it on, if not better, playing ground than the ROG Ally, etc., etc. The ROG Ally X is going to have the same APU as the ROG Ally. So, best-in-class battery life, don't know about that. I think that's technically not true. I don't know what class they're... Best-in-class is, like, compared to, what, a potato? I don't know what they're classing it as, but... to the market average. I think it depends on the game, maybe. But, yes, they're coming out... The MSI Claw is not a necessarily bad device. It's just they went the route with Intel and launching a device that's new. Or like a new APU architecture that's just new. And Intel honestly has not been bringing their A game. They're really not doing well. On the desktop side of things, they've been skirting by on their architecture that they're going to be running out of soon. I don't know what Intel's going to do once they're not able to just eke out that performance every year. As far, I haven't actually played with one. No, I played with one of these before. I think at Best Buy or somewhere. It was okay. Like, it's similar to ROG Ally, but I can't remember beyond that. I definitely would be like, this is at the bottom. If we're doing a tier ranking, I'd definitely put this at the bottom. As just other devices that are just going to be better bang for your buck. How much is this? Shop now. Hey, Wolf, can you make a poll? What in the... Yeah, I want to shop now for this. Okay. I can go to different places to shop for them because they have partners. How much are you? I mean, the docking station doesn't look too bad. Wait, how much is this thing? Has it always been $1,000? What? Dude, there's no way. There's no way. There's no way. Dude, these are... What are these sellers? Oh, okay. What? It doesn't even have the states. Okay, well, I don't know. That price is holy crap. Oh, let's on the wolf. Let's put on the thing. Steam Deck versus ROG Ally versus Legion Go versus what should the fourth option be? Yeah, what would be the fourth option? We could always put the Zotac Zone, but it's not out yet. I don't think that'd be fair. Now, the Zotac Zone is growing on me a little bit more as I look at it. The graphics or the APU will be similar to the ROG Ally with maybe certain bumps up in performance, but not much. From my understanding, the graphics card is the same. It's just the CPU's been bumped up. So if there's a CPU intensive game, it might do better. So the 2-stage adjustable triggers, does anyone, okay, argue with me? Is this worth it? Chat, is the 2-stage adjustable triggers, are they worth it? I could see no point in me using something like that, but I think I remember someone saying the purpose for it, but yeah. 7-inch, it's different at least. It has controls. It has like the radial dial, which is right where the joystick is. I think that's actually kind of cool. It has the dual trackpads, which unless you're going to support SteamOS, I guess for FPSs, maybe if it does it, not FPSs, but for strategies, if it does a good enough job supporting it, which I don't think it would, maybe with Steam. I don't know if Steam on Windows supports dual trackpads like it does its Steam, like it does Steam Deck, but I'm kind of like split on this whole dual trackpad on this device. It's intriguing, but I don't know until they show me if it's as useful as the Steam Decks. I don't know if it's worth it. As far as, let's see. Yeah, versus other, I guess you can do that. Wolf. The volume wheel on the Zotac is genius. Where's the volume wheel? Are you talking about this thing right here? Is that even... You can map it to probably be volume, but I don't think that's the volume wheel. But yeah, the radial dial is, I think, actually pretty smart. I think more controllers need to have stuff like that. The front-facing camera is also very... I think it's a plus. You guys can fight me once again on that. I think the front-facing camera on this is a huge plus. I think the... Do they not let mods do polls? I thought they did. And then I don't think this adjustable triggers is worth it. I think that's kind of like a meh. Kind of like, man, is this all that they have? They have more. We could go find more, but the specs wise is going to have 24 gigabytes of RAM. It is, I think a 1 terabyte. It says, no, that's the, no, this is 16 gigabytes of RAM. Sorry, I'm thinking of the Ally X. This has got 16 gigabytes of RAM, and it's I think 512 gigabyte starting out is what that's been rumored. So at the end of the day, let's get into fight time. I want you guys, what is your take on this? I think most of the people that joined are Steam Deck people, but I'm going to twist this on you guys. I'm going to twist this on you. I think there's a new contender that you don't know about. You do know about. We've mentioned them already multiple times. I think the ROG Ally X, if packaged right, and might end up being the new king. So I'm going to flip the script on you guys on this. You were expecting me to go full blown into Steam Deck, well, guess what? Steam Deck is my current favorite that I have access to, but once I get my hands on an ROG Ally X, the Orange Pi, just looking at it, some of the controller portions of it, like the joysticks, the D-pad, all that, it just didn't look like. Let's look at it. The Orange Pi, it just didn't look like something I would want, to be honest. This one's going to be Steam, or this one's going to be, with Manjaro. So it's going to be similar to my ROG Ally that I currently have, which is cool. We can go over this in a second. It's got the older APU. These companies try to come out with these things, and then they just always wait too long, and they end up with really old APUs. It's not really old, but by the time this thing comes out, it might be. What was the? Let's look at. I think it actually looks solid. It looks like, I'll be honest, it looks like Ioneo is designing it for them, and it might be. Yeah, even the internals kind of look like Ioneo, but those look actually really good. See these buttons right here? They seem too small to me, but you might have turned me around a little bit on this. It's bezel-less. It's near bezel-less, but yeah, that's a big plus. I really get tired of these handhelds not having too big of bezels. It's a 7-inch screen, which is a meh. I do like the way it looks. I think it looks sleek. I don't know how comfortable it will be because of the way the top is rounded. That is my only concern, but it will be very interesting. Let's see here. Here's the specs. So 16. Oh yeah, okay. It has a 16 and 32 gigabyte versions, which is awesome. It's got Gunnory Slayer, bezel-less. Yeah, so bezel-less just means that there's. Is it good? I think it's good as long as you don't drop your device. The more bezel there is, if it hits a corner, the less likely the vibration to shatter the screen. Phones are similar, right? Phones are built with bezel-less nowadays to where but they're pretty much expecting everyone to have a case on it. But they'll crack a little bit easier due to it being closer to the edge. Excuse me. For a handheld like this, I've never really dropped my devices, so I'd assume it'd be fine. The 2 USB 4s, Type-Cs is awesome. Really good on that. The what is the 50 watt-hour battery is meh. This will do better than the ROG Ally, and it really depends on Linux. I don't know how good Manjaro is at battery management, so we'll see. So that's a big part. This could already be better than the lead or the ROG Ally. The original one from 2023. All around, it doesn't look bad on second glance. I don't like that D-pad though. The D-pad looks like it could end up being cheap, and these buttons over here look like they could end up being cheap. But I'm really curious if Ioneo is actually designing this, because this seems similar to some Ioneo devices. Beyond that though, I hope them the best. I think it's awesome that they're doing this, but like I said, guys, ROG Ally, this is mine. This is going to be my king, I think, until the Steam Deck 2 comes out. When it comes to like when I want performance, it's probably going to be an equal tie. As the ROG Ally in the beginning was, I think, I liked it more than the Steam Deck at the time. But when the Steam Deck OLED came out, between the battery life, the slightly bigger screen, and the OLED, which OLEDs are, as long as they're done well, then I like them. Yeah. I honestly think the ROG Ally X is the best, and that's because it is going to have 24 gigabytes of LPDDR5X RAM. And then it's going to have, now it features up to 1 terabyte of storage. So I don't know how that they're going to sell that. Is it going to sell with 512 or 1 terabyte? I don't know if they're going to sell, I don't think they're going to sell 2 different versions. So I think this has 1 terabyte. So for $800, you're getting quite a bit with this. Now, that being said, it's Windows 11, which is kind of a minus, but it has that 80-watt battery in it without adding that much more weight. From my understanding, it's like, what, a 10% increase in weight, which is ridiculously low. Okay, chat. I'll get reading your guys' chats here in a second. Let's wrap this up on explaining these types of things. So, I honestly like slapping some type of Linux on here, and having like a Steam. Actually, they're redone. They've redone the Armory. It does look better, I'll be honest. And it launches with it, and the button right here launches, I think, the Armory, and then this one launches quick access. So Windows is great on this. I might actually buy this and just stick with Windows and use their wrapper, which is not a bad experience. The problem is you do have to jump into Windows every once in a while for different reasons. That being said, let's do this. So, guys, I think the ROG Ally X is better than the Steam Deck. What do you guys have to say about that? Let's see here. Showdown. Oh, I got it. Steam Deck versus ROG versus Legion versus unannounced but rumored Xbox handheld. Ooh. It's unannounced, and it's heavily rumored. So there's already been so much from what's-his-face that they're working on a handheld. That doesn't mean they're going to release one. They're prototyping and all that. What's so good about Steam Deck that I shouldn't get this over the Steam Deck? Let's hope that the ROG Ally is as good as they say. Who says, Gondorian Slayer? Here's the thing. I already know how the Legion Go, or the Ally works. I like the Ally as a portable device. Once again, like, it all depends, but I like the ROG Ally. I like the experience on the Steam Deck more for my backlog, but if I'm going to be doing a lot of gaming on this will play probably everything I throw at it. I'd be shocked if there was no, like, there's probably like a 5 or 6 games that don't run on this well because they're just garbage fires of optimization. I bet you Cyberpunk 2077 runs great on this. Like I said, GBD Win Max 2, my GBD Win Max 2 ran great with Cyberpunk. It ran Dead Space fine, great too. Where my ROG Ally, because the way that the VRAM was allocated, didn't run those devices, those games as well. This will pretty much be able to play everything you want, with some caveats, of course. And some of them look great. The Steam Deck, on the other hand, is just, you turn it on to putting it to sleep is an amazing experience. Where this is going to be not as fun as a pick 'em up, put 'em down kind of experience. I would hope they learned something from Valve. That every handle is still chasing the Deck, though. Deck 2 will be insane. Deck 2 versus ROG Ally at Games Revealed. Yes. Chris Lee, welcome. Imagine you'd be able to run it. Even Star Citizen should run on this. I'll probably. Star Citizen's not an overly optimized game from understanding, but I probably would. The big difference, though, this would also run like, with the power, with everything else, if you're maxing this thing out, I think this will still probably get an extra hour over the Steam Deck, which is ridiculous. If you're running it at the same TDP as the Steam Deck, you're probably going to get double the battery. Like, not double. That's not right. Not with... Even if you're running the TDP low, it could still... There could be... it doesn't mean the APU is as efficient and some other things. but it could, as the original one, probably double it. As the newer one, it wouldn't double, but it would be a good like 60 to 70% increase in battery life, which is ridiculous. Like, this is expensive, but ridiculous. My Steam Deck, when it got to 40%, it dropped to 5% in 10 minutes. Raichi, what? That's not, there's something wrong with you. Probably what you need to do is either restart the device or go into desktop mode and see if you can reset the battery monitor. There's something wrong, Raichi, with your battery monitor if it's going from 40% to 5% in 10 minutes. I don't think there's anything on this earth that would be able to drop it that fast. The battery is probably not draining that fast. It's the monitor or the indicator that's broken on the Steam Deck. Gondurian's there. I'm tempted on this device along with the other two devices. Yeah. The only device I am tempted on there's two devices, technically only one. This is the ROG Ally X is my most tempted device to get, and I probably will get it at one point this year, depending on how things go. The Zotac Zone is my close second, just because I saw the prototypes that Linus had and some other people at the show had a couple weeks ago, and it didn't look good. But if it looks like this looks premium. The way they did it, and maybe it's just they touched up this, it's photoshopped enough. This looks premium. I do think this makes it feel a little downgraded, even though it's an amazing feature looks wise. I'm not sure though. But the silver black accents, the copper is kind of interesting choice, but I maybe would have gone with the silver there too. But I really like this device. The way it looks in this picture. That being said, it's another 16 gigabyte RAM device. I don't need another 16 gigabyte RAM. Even though it has these nice controllers, it has the nice trackpads, all this stuff, and it would beat the Steam Deck on game-to-game, not a TDP to TDP, but on a game-to-game basis. This doesn't offer me anything more than my Steam Deck does. Or my Ally. I have both the Ally and the Steam Deck. What does this do better than those two? Beyond the little thingy. Do you think the ROG Ally X will be better than the Steam Deck 2 games revealed? I don't think it will be. That's up to Valve. If Valve includes 16 gigabytes in the next Steam Deck 2, and they don't do anything like VR gameplay, or a play into VR or any extra plays into things that are different, the Steam Deck 2 should be the best device when it comes out. Valve has a really good name. The reason why Steam Deck did so well is that they made a console-like experience on the go. That's where ROG Ally, the Legion Go, and all these devices kind of fail in a lot of ways, is that they have Windows, which even Microsoft's come out and said it's not a good mobile operating system. I think that this could end up being the true contender for the Steam Deck 2, unless, which I wouldn't be surprised, unless next year, before the Steam Deck 2 is announced or launched, because I think next year either the Steam Deck 2 will be launched or will be announced next year. I think it's going to be about a 3 to 4 year period. Bare minimum, we're going to get an announcement, if not Steam Deck 2 next year. But the ROG Ally, if they don't upgrade the RAM, then it's going to be a huge misstep. And I talked about this in my video that you can watch coming out soon, but I do talk about how it's going to be a software thing more than a hardware thing in the future. It's going to be we have so many handhelds, we have too many handhelds. It's going to be about software. It's not about the hardware. The hardware could all be the same. Next year, Legion Go could have 32 gigabytes of RAM. Then that really puts it as a huge contender. Obviously, having like 80-watt battery is an amazing device. Like this is nearly future proofed. It also has that 2280 SSD that I keep on forgetting about. This is a pretty slick device with the new FSR capabilities, like the FSR 3 capabilities. It's really, guys, like the ROG Ally X is on paper. We'll have to get it, but there's no reason that I can't super speculate that it's going to be like the ROG Ally, just a little better in every aspect. Sun. So tomorrow I walk into a store and on the table is OLED, Steam Deck, or Ally X, and I have to pick one. Which one are you going to tell me to grab? I'm going to ask you a question. Do you have a computer at home? Do you have a big or I'm going to ask you a couple questions. Do you have a big backlog? And do you like to mess around with your device a little bit? Those are the three big questions. Depending on how you answer those, it will be Steam Deck. If you want a pick-me-up, play it. I have a backlog. I don't want to really think about playing new games. Steam Deck right away. Even with the ROG Ally X, I just think you're going to get a better bang for your buck. But if you don't really have a PC, but you want to get into PC gaming and you want to play newer games like Dead Space and all that just a little bit better, the ROG Ally X is just going to be a better experience all around for most games. And if you like to do like Fortnite. So, but if I don't know anything about you and you want blind, I'd tell you to do Steam Deck. Just out of safety. Like some of the people that I know, even, I'm like, I'm not sure if you would like messing around with the ROG Ally X. I know you want to play these newer games, but I'd probably tell them the Steam Deck. So yeah, hands down, I'd probably tell them the Steam Deck if I didn't get to ask them questions. Gondorian Slayer, I'm tempted on this device along with the other two devices. Yeah, I really think like the ROG Ally X and the Steam Deck are the only competitors at this point. And it's all based on just the king spot is going to be Steam Deck until Steam Deck 2 comes out and these other devices have a better way of playing games. But there's a device for everyone. If there wasn't, people would only buy Steam Deck. Gondorian Slayer, ROG Ally X versus Xenex versus Antic Core. I'm caught in the middle of this. The Xenex? What's the Xenex? The Antac Core? I must be like not covering stuff properly. Okay. I don't cover these devices very well. This one is smooth. This one reminds me of the Aya Neo devices that are coming out. The thing is, I don't think I'd use this keyboard very often. I don't use, unless you're planning on, if you're doing a lot of online gaming and you want to type in quickly, like some insults, then there you go. Once again, we're hitting this era of there's going to be 5 to 10 different devices and each one's perfect for a certain person. I will be doing, in fact, I'm glad you introduced these to me. I've actually seen a little bit of these, but I'll do some video stuff on this. And what I'll do is I'll drop a comparison chart in there for everyone, and it will make it easier for you guys to understand which one you should be picking up. But for the common person, I think Steam Deck or ROG Ally X. If price isn't really like I said, there's a device for everyone. If price is a big issue, then ROG Ally X just is a no-go. And probably just gonna be a Steam Deck because you're just not gonna get as good of a deal as Steam Deck. This is a very interesting. How big is that screen? And I'm not sure about this. The software suite offers you the freedom of customer. Interesting. I do like that animation. Oh, it's an AMD Athlon 3050. What is this gonna? This is the Pro or the Lite? Okay, here we go. Here we go. Okay, it's a 6800, but it's a 6800, which is okay. It's on par with the ROG Allies, but that 16 gigs is a no-go. I'll tell you that right now. It's intriguing. No-go with this 6-inch. If you want a smaller device, though, that 6-inch, and looking at this, it would be more pocketable. Where the Antac is going to be also 6 inches. It's going to have the 7840, which is good. It will have a 32 gigabyte option. So if you want a smaller screen, there you go. But you're still going to run into like battery life. You're still going to run into some things with this device that you just might not like. Like support might not be as good, but very intriguing. Seltsun, I hope Alienware makes handheld. It's going to be sick. I agree. If Alienware came out with a device now that was like the Alien UFO, I would probably buy it just for the sole purpose of nostalgia. And that I thought it was a good device. Like it looked good. Like it was a little chunky, but I don't mind a little chunk in the junk. Junk in the trunk? I don't mind some junk in the trunk, I guess. There's a Tech Toy PC Handheld. A new one coming out. Okay, cool. Awesome on that, Gondorian Slayer. I'm waiting for the PlayStation Alienware handhelds. Yes, Selson. I think not PlayStation. I think Xbox will come out with a new handheld. Don't expect PlayStation to come out with one for probably 2 years from now. I wouldn't be surprised because their Portal is doing good, but they might enter the. I really do think that these, and I said this 2 years ago, that we're hitting a 10-year era of handheld where we're going to be seeing a vast amount of improvements over a 10-year period. Then we'll hit a lull, and then we'll probably get back into some type of weird VR integrations, like because there's a lot of brain to device communication links going on right now in research. We might get to the point where we'll be able to hook up to a VR reality. So this yeah, so we'll hit the peak probably in 8 years from now, 7 to 8 years. And I bet you every company that does any type of hardware, gaming hardware, is going to have their hat in the game on this. Any of them. And that includes PlayStation with an actual real competitor. They just got, I think, so burnt out from the PlayStation Vita that, Wolf, I'm wondering how the UFO would turn out in 2024, 2025. They'd have to redesign it a little bit, but the UFO would be amazing. What about the new PlayStation Portable PC handheld or the Xbox handheld PC coming out? The Xbox handheld Chris Lee, we don't have any information on it. My expectations would be that they would design something that would be along the lines of a Series S, or if they wait long enough, they could just do the Series X, like the Zen 4 or the like this right here. The teraflops on this thing is 8.6. You want to see how much Xbox Series X has? Xbox Series X is going to have, I think, what is it? 10 T-flops. 12. It's got 12. So it's got 4 more teraflops. Now, if you want to look at the S, which is Microsoft does stupid things, it has only 4 T-flops, which it's like, what, 1 T-flop, 1.5 away from Steam Deck. So I could see them with today's tech. If they did it right, they could probably slap in like a Xbox Series X to a handheld. If they waited 2 more years, I think they could. I don't know. that depends on how you guys want to look at that. It can be a little. I mean, this is very like questionable on the 8.6. I've never felt like I had 8.6 teraflops of performance in my ROG Ally, but I honestly think it was because of the RAM. Full on, I think it was the RAM. I think the 12. I think they could, if they really wanted to, they could try to get a 12. I think it wouldn't make sense for Xbox to do that. It would either they're going to allow for a new range of performance to be at an 8 tera. Because what I think Xbox will do is that whatever handheld they do is going to be compatible with their current gen. I don't think they're going to do Windows-based Xbox. I think that'd be silly. I think they're going to do Xbox-based Xbox. Their UI is already close enough to being good enough for a mobile. All they would need to do is just a little bit of interface changes. It's already compatible with controllers. It does great with controllers. Like, it's already a good. That's the thing with the Xbox stuff. If they wanted just a quick win with a solution, the Xbox Series S is their quick win solution. They could easily slap an S into a handheld. Easy. Celsun, PlayStation all day. I'm down for either. I own more PlayStation stuff. I prefer more PlayStation games, but I like what Xbox does. I just don't. I have a PC. I'm PC first, then I'm PlayStation, then I'm Xbox. This is my loyalty, kind of. Cascoder, honestly, the real question is, do you want Fortnite to run on it natively? If no, then Steam Deck is for you. I like that. Do you hate Fortnite? Steam Deck's what you want. Do you like Fortnite? Steam Deck's probably not for you. And I honestly, okay, I'm going to make note of this. Or Wolf, can you make note of this? I know. I need to do a video for moms. And I kind of already did this, but I'm going to do like a video for moms where I'll take your mom out on a date to help her find you the perfect gaming device. Because if you like Fortnite, then I'm gonna have to tell her, like, don't get a Steam Deck. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna take your mom out on a date. Yeah, so I'll have Susie take her out on a date. Which is my wife. Yeah. I think that would make a good video too. Okay, thanks, Wolf. So, figured I would bring those ones up, even they are 6 inch. Seems small companies are going for 6, while big goes for 8. There's only one. I think there's only one major competitor that has 8. I think there's the One X player has 10, and then most have a 7, and then some have 6. I will be honest, 5.5 is too small. 6 is too. I think 7 inches is too small. I like a big girthy 8-inch screen. I'm sorry for being a little crass for that, but I had to say it like that. I had to say it. 8 inches or 8 inches is about perfect for me. The Alienware UFO would be $2,200. I hate how overpriced their hardware always is. Here's the thing. I don't think it's that overpriced. It wouldn't be $2,200. They would be competitive. I don't think Alienware laptops are like price to performance. They seem on par with a lot of other laptops. Just saying. Desktops might get a little bit different of a conundrum, but yeah. Gondor Slayer, I don't think PlayStation will come out with one. Too many handhelds now. See, that's the thing. But what they have is a unique library that they can sell more people to. More audiences might pick up the PlayStation if they're trying to sell more into China or somewhere else. I think what would the downside of PlayStation and Xbox not releasing a handheld at this point? What would be their downside? What I think, I really think if they were able to mirror their current systems in a way to where you can take your games on the go without having to remote play, I think that's a big win. That being said, They did come out the Portal, which makes their chances a little bit lower, but I don't think they have a lot to lose. I think they'd sell hotcakes if priced properly. It's just people really like on-the-go gaming now. It's a big deal right now. I feel like the Ally X's Xbox handheld lull. It comes with 3 months of free Xbox Game Pass. I agree, Seltson, but the people over Microsoft or Xbox are researching Xbox, and there's stuff that they could play with. Let's just say, why do they have their own consoles? I have a PC. Why have an Xbox if I have a PC if pretty much all the games are on the PC? It's the same thing. People want if there's a lot of Xbox fanboys, there's a lot of PlayStation fanboys. That's what they buy. They stick to that. That's what they buy forever. So there's definitely a market for it. I'm not going to say it's going to beat the Nintendo Switch, but it would beat the Steam Deck most likely. If PlayStation or Xbox released a handheld right now, it would probably beat the Steam Deck within a year or two. I just think that's how it would be. The old joke in Discord, Steam is a big deck. A steamy big deck. Seltson, I play Lego Fortnite on my Switch, lol. Don't need an Ally X for that. Okay, there you go. Yeah, well, yeah, Fortnite doesn't need an Ally X, but it definitely won't play on the Steam Deck. Wolf, you can play with me and my son. Me and my son play Lego Fortnite sometimes. Lego to Fortnite would be kind of fun to play on the server. They need to give COD with the Series A, and they will need to pay Game Pass anyways to play online. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Well, I heard that they are going to make a PlayStation Portable in the fall because the PlayStation 5 Pro coming out. They have a Portal, Chris Lee, but I don't know about Portable. The rumors are swirling around about a PlayStation Portable and Xbox. The Xbox one's more founded. Oh, yeah, Wolf. We'll talk about the event after this, but we're having an event this weekend, but yeah. I know, Wolf. I have been so busy that I just didn't have time to play it a couple of months ago. Cascader, no, you need a stronger device to play Fortnite. They laid off their staff in October, and since then, optimization for even menus is bad. It's so bad that they're crashing PCs. That's funny. PS5 crashes like crazy too. Really? That just sounds like they introduced a bug, not a performance issue per se. It sounds like it's a bug. Are you going to talk about the Steam clips and the new Steam third-party controller? Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. We can talk about that. Okay, we're wrapped up. The winner is... Actually, I'm sure the poll says the winner is Steam Deck, but ROG Ally X is the future. No, it's a... We're going to have a king and a queen here. I'm still going to say the Steam Deck is king, while the queen was the ROG Ally X. It is now the ROG, like a little bit of dating's going on with the ROG Ally's sister with the king, and so now it's the ROG Ally X. I think is going to be the new queen, or like second in command kind of thing, if you want to look at it that way. In the tier list, Steam Deck's 1. 2 is going to be ROG Ally X, and that's solely because the experience isn't as good. And I think when you're getting these devices, the better the experience you have from start to playing is why you have one of these devices. In my opinion, if you have a main PC, if you game on other devices and then you pick up one of these devices, you get it because you want ease of play wherever you're going. You don't want to fiddle around with stuff. You don't want, like, my ROG Ally with Windows will die on me much quicker in sleep mode than my deck will. So I upgraded my Ally with Bazai OS, but it also limits what games I can play. It can play even less games than the Steam Deck. It plays Dead Space better than it does on Windows, but at what price? So I'm still going to say the all-around better experience is going to be Steam Deck. With the Ally, with the Asus Armory, it makes Windows as good as it's going to get. You're not going to, until Windows makes either a full-on operating system for mobile, or it does an operating or a mobile, a way to bring up like a mobile version, like game mode. It's just not, you're about as good as you're going to get as with Asus with an experience. So that's my final ruling, but you guys have the polls to say what your final ruling is. Selsun, games revealed. Do you think my plan is a good one? I was thinking about spending about $120 during Steam Summer Sale and get an OLED next week, 100 IQ or nah. Lol. Wait, why would spending $120 during Steam Summer Sale get you an OLED next week? Or are you getting an OLED and then you want to spend and get a bunch of games? I'm not quite understanding, Selson. You're going to have to explain to me, because I might be missing like a sales or thing or something like that. Well, let's look at the Steam news. I honestly should be doing a video on this, but Steam Deck news. It's probably more like Steam OS news, but we can look. I know that their new thing that they came out, I know that's kind of like the talk in the Steam Deck community. Game recording. Today we've launched the Steam game recording into beta, a new built-in system for creating and sharing your gameplay footage that works on any game on Steam. I don't know how well the recording is. I heard in some games it doesn't work as well. Just depends. The thing is with this, I'm curious. It depends on I don't know how it's gonna affect performance. No matter what, they can't build something that's not gonna affect performance. So if it's a super, really refined experience, but runs like 30 frames, it could interrupt that and drop it. Is this gonna have like the? It could. Like, I don't know. Like, unless they do a custom new APU, and AMD is coming out with more AI based. Like, all the new chipsets are gonna have AI cores attached to them in some way or form, or they're going to be able to run AI computations while it's not affecting everything else on these devices. I don't know Windows or x86 wise how it's going to work. I know ARM, I think ARM does well, and I think AMD has an x86 architecture APU to get technical. So, I know in the future we'll probably be able to have really easy game recording, like they do have an Xbox and all that. But for the Steam Deck, I do question on which games will work okay with this and which ones will. I haven't played around with it yet, though. This is a game changer for me when I'm doing videos. It'd be nice to get recorded footage of how things are running. The problem is doing it this route is that it could hurt the performance. You guys could tell me otherwise, but I'd rather go this route. I don't like, one of the reasons I don't do tutorials anymore for the Steam Deck is because I really don't like recording, going back between game mode, desktop mode, doing all that tinkering, all that stuff. I like tinkering, but like it gets super repetitive to record that, and it gets really annoying because I just can never get a perfect situation for doing it. This might make it easier for me to do some videos though, where I might do some more guides. I do want to do more guides though, for sure. This has been, the game recording one's been one that's been on my list for a while. I think dual booting, game recording, and just all around SteamOS being released are like my big three. And so I'm happy to have this. I don't know about you guys. Steam Deck is the king and Ally X is the brother who want to kill the king to take over the kingdom. Lumkey, I actually like that. Steam Deck is the king. Ally X is the next in line for the throne, and I can't wait. And once it gets SteamOS on it, once we get once SteamOS releases and it's able to run on the Ally X fine, it's gonna honestly Steam I really like. But then again, I really like SteamOS, and I don't play online games much on my handheld. I'm a keyboard and mouse kind of person, and big screen. Are you getting the Hori Steam controller? I haven't looked at it yet, but I'll look at it. Go to the game recording website. Let's go to this, and then I haven't looked. Once again, I am a bad games revealed Steam Deck person. Made specifically for Steam. Wow. Dude, people gaming on Linux is so freaking fast with all this shit. I don't even know what to say, guys. Nearly 5 years after Valve discontinued its experimental Steam controller, it's because of a lawsuit was why they discontinued it. The new officially licensed gamepad for Steam is on the way. I didn't even realize that Steam did licenses. The new controller is made by Hori, and it's only coming to Japan, at least for now. Dubbed the wireless Hori pad, because it likes to be handled by multiple hands. So the PC-centric controller matches the Steam Deck menu buttons and has similar touch sensors atop to its sticks to activate the gyro controllers. Oh, that's why it's so as a gyro. It has a gyro controller. It also supports Bluetooth, wireless, and USB-C wired connections, as well as a whole bunch of custom programmability. I just feel like this is spelled wrong. Using Hori software, but while it shares a lot with the Steam Deck, it's not a Steam controller too. It lacks rumble. Oh, it lacks rumble. A matching set of 4 back buttons and the handheld signature for trackpads. Well, yeah, I don't think it was going to be able to fit trackpads. That's interesting. I mean, why not? But here's my thing. What makes this so good compared to... I'd almost rather just get an Xbox or a PlayStation. It looks good and funny at the same time. And you can only get it in Japan. I mean, I have a buddy that lives in Japan. Maybe I could have him pick it up. It's going to be for $50 or $7,800. I wonder how well it will do over in Japan at that much. That's a lot. Japan. That's another thing. Like, Japan's not even the biggest. I mean, the Steam Deck's always sold out in Japan. Like I said, I have a buddy that over there that can never get one. Long live Steam Deck. Yeah, I want to get a bunch of games and then okay, this is Selsun. And then buy an OLED next week. I'm saying it's smart to start my library before getting my deck. Yeah, it's not one way or another. If you will have a game, and I even have a list of video, and maybe I should complete that list. I have a video, if you go back, that is a bunch of free games that you can play on the Steam Deck now that run on the Steam Deck well. So you already, technically, without spending money, already have a game library that you can pick up. There is also the Portal game that is designed, what is it called? Someone's going to say it. But it works really well with the Steam Deck. It was designed for the Steam Deck. And that will give you a couple hours of gameplay. But 128... Dude, I could... that'd be a mad... Wolf, another video idea. Right before the Steam Summer Sale, maybe I'll put together a list of like games you should look out for to build your backlog. Because with $120... between Steam and some other sales that are going on, you could get probably 1,000. That'd actually be a good title for it too. 1,000 hours of Steam Deck games for your backlog for $100 or something like that. I don't know. Working title. So yes, Cascador Desk Job. I think Desk Job is correct. That's a fun one. It comes free with it. The biggest thing is just make sure you can get the Steam Deck OLED Along with that, you can pick up so many games, and depending what type of gamer you are, like just picking up Elder Scrolls, just 1 or 2 Elder Scrolls and 1 or 2 Fallouts alone will add hundreds of hours. But yeah, that'd be kind of fun to build up actually. Oh, Cells on the Steam's I thought it started in July. I'll make that video ASAP, Celson. I'll make it tomorrow, and I'll get it released Friday or tomorrow. I'll start making that tonight. Honestly, I already know what games are going to cost for the most part, like in a range. We'll have some fun with this. Yeah, we'll have some fun with this. I like this. I like this idea a lot. Oh, thanks, Wolf. Free games Valve gave us. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's it right there. J-Bro, welcome. They need to add a delete shader cache option. Do they not have one in the Steam? I thought they have. I think you can delete your shader cache if you go into the... I don't have my Steam Deck right here. It's upstairs. I think you can delete shader cache. If you can't, you can use a tool to do it. I have so much memory that I just haven't run into the issue yet. Seltsun, you think Metal Gear Rising will go on sale? I really want to play on OLED deck. Metal Gear Rising most likely will be on sale. Anything that's like 5 years or older is most likely going to be on sale at one point. Depending on how Steam does their sales, they do sometimes do groupings of sales. So they might have it all on sale for the same price for the next 2 weeks, or they could go the route of every few days they have like a lightning deal kind of thing, like Amazon does, where it's a little extra off. We'll see how their sales goes. I don't do well with repetitiveness, and I've already done a lot of Steam sales videos, but I'm actually intrigued by this new take on it. I really like your idea, Selsun. Chalice, yes, Skyrim and Persona 4 Golden is about 200 hours of playtime. Yeah. I got Skyrim for free on GOG via the DLC. Nice. Yeah, there is... The PC, if you okay, here's the thing. You sometimes have to spend a little more on your hardware with PC, but what you save in games and how much time you get back with games is so much better. Plus, you don't have online subscriptions and all that. Like you just it's drastically better deal than going with any other like PlayStation, Xbox, and all that. Selson, did you buy games last summer? He's asking. I did buy games last summer. I buy games with almost every sell, even if it's just like a $2 game. I usually have I have my wish list that I have, and then I organize it by discount, and then I go and look, and half the games I buy I haven't even tried yet. I'm getting better, though, with Steam Deck. Thanks to the Steam Deck, I am better. I'm going to Slayer. I thought I could try the same trick for Oblivion tomorrow and didn't work. Oh, I got Skyrim for free on GOG via the DLC. Yeah. Tried with Morrowind and Oblivion. Interesting. Excuse me. Okay, so I think we are towards the end of this. Let me file these. Do you guys have any more questions for me? I think we came to the conclusion of what's what. I do want to do like a really in-depth video on all this, but that's going to be down the road. I think I've been waiting until the ROG Ally X comes out, and I can have see what reviewers say about it and all that, because I'm not going to have my hands on one. And I can give you guys like a guide on which device to get based on horoscope. Dude, that'd be kind of a fun video. That'd be a fun April Fool's video, would be like a horoscope video. Wolf, a handheld tier list video. Yeah, I actually had it as an it might be in the backlog of all the ideas that I have. Oh yeah, no problem, Selson. Yeah, as far as the newest update, like just to finalize on this game recording, I think it is a big deal. Oh yeah, we didn't get a look at the Game recording. Let's look at this. So I have a feeling, yeah, it's going to have a replay, which is going to be what I think is going to be very useful for people. But the game recording beta, a new built-in system for creating and sharing your gameplay footage, record, replay, clip, share. It's going to be like what's on. It's essentially just adding one more feature that is a console, and that's been very heavily done on the console. Clips where it didn't happen, always good. Record, never miss a moment. With background recording mode, your gameplay is continuously saved to your preferred drive. Never. I'm gonna do a video on this, guys. I'll have expect probably like 5 videos to come out in the next 3 or 4 days. Wolf, you're gonna have to help me with that for sure. Finding keep only the videos that matter to you. Dude, I can't wait until AI starts detecting better stuff on this type of thing. I know that people are a little not sure about AI, but I'll say for sure AI does help with this. I've used the recording stuff in Xbox and PlayStation before, but I just never feel like the clips are quite right. It'd be nice to have some help with that, and I don't do well with trimming things up. Timeline event matters. Ooh, the Steam's timeline appears whenever you are actively recording. This must be very specific to the game. Timeline enhanced games generate event markers as relevant game events happen. Steam achievements and screen. Dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. I like that a lot. I really like this a lot. That's really cool. So if you're playing Dota, I'm assuming this is like Dota right here. But Dota 2, yeah, if they take down a tower or something like that, you can go there and look. If they have a huge skirmish, you can go look to see what happened. I do like that. Steam Deck verified. Game recording is fully functional on Steam Deck. Yeah. Cool. Looks like I have my work cut out for me. Damn, I haven't been this excited for something in a while. At first I wasn't sure. I thought it was just going to be recording. You know, like, oh, you can record and then stop recording. You have access to it. I was kind of wondering if it had replayability, like the replay, meaning it's always constantly background recording and then you can clip it like the last 30 seconds. This is awesome. Raichi, if you don't have money after the Steam Deck purchase, you can always do emulation, 100%. But I'm going to guarantee you, watch that video that I put out on free games, and I should make a new one, and you'll have plenty of games to play. It's just they might not be top tier games. Excuse me. The Switch does a 30-second clip, so it can't be too demanding. Here's the thing, Cast Coder. I agree, but there is a difference between these true consoles and Steam Deck when it comes to games optimized. Games are optimized with those features in mind. So I agree. Depending on what things are, it might not be that demanding, and definitely depends on how they're doing the recording. It could be pretty good. It really depends on how they build it out. So you're probably right. It's probably fine, especially for games like Counter-Strike, Dota, games that are heavily optimized for the Steam Deck. You can get Discord on your phone. Sorry, what did you want me to know? I don't know what I wanted you to know. Oh, maybe making these. Only if dev added in the markers. Humble 8 games a month. Yeah, for a low price. Yeah, this is going to be... So, I think recording, like, these features are going to be built in no matter what. Timeline-based markers, I bet you player-added markers are going to be available. I don't, game-added markers is going to be API-based, meaning the game has to use an API that Valve has to inject those into the system. Which is a pretty big deal. Save footage and related timeline info as a clip that can be watched, edited, shared, or exported later. This is going to be a game changer for me trying to do like game-related tests and stuff like that on Steam Deck. Save an MP4 of your current selection. Convert selected recordings to MP4 ready to paste anywhere. Send a clip to another device from your Steam Deck to your desktop PC. Send an MP4. Yeah, this is... Send an MP4 via the Steam mobile app. That's interesting. This is also another big one for me. I like that. Create a temporary Steam link to the MP4. Wow. Okay. I'm down. 2 ways to record. Along with the traditional start and stop method, we developed a mode. How much does this cost though when it comes to how much space do you have in the webs? That will be a big one. You specify the hard drive space limits. Once full, the oldest gameplay will be overwritten as the new gameplay is recorded. You can watch, create, and save video clips from these recordings. Yeah, you have so much disk space, but if you want to upload it to the web, I'm assuming that they have limits. Interesting. Yeah, cool. So I might actually make a video for this for my game devs channel too. This is awesome. Awesome. Okay, guys, I won't keep you any longer. Let's do this wrap up. 7 Days to Die Experimental 1.0 is running okay so far on the deck. I could see it needing to be a little bit more optimized for the 1.0, but yeah, that's good to know, Charles. Yeah, Humble Bundle also has usually pretty good deals, but the thing is, their deals usually aren't incorporating of like, do you have a certain play style and all that? Like, that's all depends on what you know, what we should do or what you should get. The bundles do sometimes group together well, sometimes they don't. So I think we're going to create our own bundles to look out for the Steam sale. I'll try to get that out. I can't guarantee it'll be out tomorrow, but I'll try to get out in the next few days as I have a lot on my plate, but yeah. With that, thank you guys for watching. It was not too much of a debate because I think everyone here agreed with me on Steam Deck, maybe not on the ROG Ally X, but I was actually kind of shocked that you guys really went with me. Really, I need to find something more controversial. But yes, take care, everyone. Thank you for stopping by and being awesome. You guys are just the best community. And until next time, let me know just anyway, like any ideas. I'm always down for videos. I do think I'm going to wet my lips. That sounds horrible. I'm going to taste the waters of controversy for my videos again. I've done some, but I think we'll do a Dr. Disrespect this week. So with that being said, keep an eye out for all that stuff. Keep an eye out for the new podcast came back, probably on the new channel, even though I said it wasn't going to be, but I think it will be. Peace out, guys. Oh, is my camera really zoomed in? Let's see here. Woo. There. Yeah, I have it on auto tracking. I'm gonna probably take auto tracking off next time. There. Now it's not on auto tracking. Okay, cool. So yeah, normally I have another place where I can see what everything looks like. Okay. So with that, I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out. Later.